Hello everybody, this is Turgaya, and I'm here to talk to you about the vendor weapons of the week for June 6th through the 13th, 2017. Let's take a look at the weekly director. This week, we have the King's Fall raid active as the challenge. All challenges are active, so go get those adept weapons. The Challenge of the Elders is a joke. Bungie, please. Super kill bonus and trickle. This is ridiculous. I think Bungie's saying skip the Challenge of the Elders this week. Moving on, the weekly Nightfall strike is Sepix Perfected with Epic, Arcburn, Ironclad, Catapult, and Exposure. The weekly Heroic playlist is Heroic, Voidburn, Berserk, and Brawler. The weekly story playlist is Earth and Moon, which is the first half of the original vanilla Destiny story. Heroic, Match Game, and Catapult. And of course, the weekly Crucible is Iron Banner. This week we're going to start our tour of the tower with the Crucible Quartermaster. New Monarchy doesn't have anything worth your attention this week. First off, I'd like to look at the always lovable Palindrome. Draw, oh coward! This week we have Reactive Reload, Reinforced Barrel, Outlaw, and Icarus. Either one of these are good perks depending on how you want to use them. Reinforced Barrel gives you the super essential on hand cannons range and Reactive Reload. You also have both Sure Shot and True Sight, whichever one is your preference. Is excellent. So the Palindrome, as is often the case, brings a solid roll for PvP. Okay, you shotgun people, you know who you are. Here's a 44 curtain call with full auto, reinforced barrel, knee pads, and aggressive ballistics. I'm not a shotgunner really, but if you are, this may be worth your attention. Lastly, I want to give a quick mention to Something Wicked. It's nothing special this week, however, it does have tracking and it's solar, so if you need those things, here it is. Now let's take a look at Arak Jalal and Dead Orbit. First weapon I'd like to draw your attention to is Worlds to Come 001. At first glance, I wasn't going to recommend this weapon, but on closer inspection I realized we've got a reflex scope, quick draw, hammer forged, and hidden hand. Also in the middle, we have performance bonus. This could be a lot of fun. Now let's check out Roni 5530 and the Vanguard. First up this week is the Continental. Not a weapon I normally recommend, but this week we have Reflex Sight, Focused Fire and Eye of the Storm, Braced Frame and Rifled Barrel, and Hidden Hand. If you like this archetype of auto rifle, every perk you might want is here for you to choose from. Now this week's Parthian shot is something to behold. I thought last week's was good. This one is even better. We have a sure shot sight. We also have Outlaw and Partial Refund, Braced Frame, Rifled Barrel, and Head Seeker. This is a menace in the Crucible. This has the capability to two-shot Guardians. Outlaw, Braced Frame, and Head Seeker is my preferred way of running this, together with the Sure Shot sight. However, Partial Refund often gets underrated on this type of pulse rifle because people don't think much of it, but with the way this shoots pretty slowly and reloads slowly, you really want to get those shots back if you get the assist. There's a lot of times where you get the assist. Someone, you hit them once, and then they get around the corner. So Partial Refund is worth on this gun. This week's Exastris is also worth a look. It's got a reflex sight, knee pads, and last resort, perfect balance, and rangefinder. The Teacup. Y'all know I love this thing. It's a good archetype of weapon. This week we have rangefinder, hand-loaded, casket mag, which I don't recommend, mulligan, cascade, and both sure shot and true sight. Lots of good ways to set this up. By default, I think I would run sure shot, mulligan, hand-loaded, rangefinder. If you're really confident about your shot, Cascade is going to be a better option than Mulligan. But if you tend to pull this out at the last moment because you got surprised or ran out of ammo in your primary, Mulligan may serve you better. As always, Future War Cult will round us out. Let's see what we've got. This week's Waltz has Sure Shot, but I don't really like the first column with armor-piercing rounds and lightweight. In the middle column, we have Small Bore and Outlaw, and lastly, we have Rodeo. The Waltz is not super side-to-sidey, so I like this gun, I like this archetype, even though it's not the best performing archetype. I want to bring it to your attention, but I'm not really recommending it. The Wounded has an almost fate-bringery role. You've got Firefly, Outlaw, high caliber rounds, and Quick Draw. All of these are great perks. Problem is, no good scopes. So while I am passing this week, some of you might really like this. And we're going to round our week out with the Wormwood. I like this week's Teacup better than the Wormwood, but this week on the Wormwood we have a Sure Shot, high caliber rounds and Quick Draw, hand loaded and Army of One, and reactive reload. There are no bad perks here. This is a great sidearm. I just happen to like the Teacup a little better, but this is a solid choice. Okay, Guardians, that's going to do it for me this week. So, did I miss a great gun that you think is going to be an absolute murder machine? Let me know in the comments. As always, you can find me on Twitter, on Twitch, and right here on YouTube. Thank you, always, for watching, and I will see you Starside Guardians.